Let's talk about what you can expect. Your driver's alert, early morning fog, especially north and west. We saw how it looked pretty good there in Margate as we were looking live. We have some spots with visibility about a quarter of a mile. It could drop even more during the course of the next couple of hours. Remember the low beams as you're heading out. So right now at Philadelphia International, 7-mile visibility, no big deal. But in Millville, it's only 3/4 of a mile and just a quarter of a mile. Trenton, Pottstown, Lancaster, Reading, Allentown. So be careful, especially north of the city and west of the city. 69 degrees, the current temperature. It's been mild all night and muggy too. The humidity even up from yesterday. There we see a couple of sprinkles to the north, a fair amount of clouds, maybe some peaks of sun we'll get when it rises. And you see that rain to the west as this front comes through, just kind of stalls. It's a little unsettled today with a lot of clouds, maybe a shower. This model showing at 1:30 could be a shower around 7:30 during the game. Maybe there's a shower or two nearby. We'll see if one happens in South Philly itself. So as you're heading out the door, watch for the fog. It's mild, 69, really sticky with a lot of clouds at lunchtime and 76. Low 80s this afternoon, maybe some breaks here or there of the clouds and a couple of showers tonight at 8 o'clock. It's 75 with a few showers around. Matt, have you noticed any of the fog this morning? Some you're seeing breaks in the clouds. So it kind of depends on where you're looking. The fog isn't everywhere. It's patchy, and in some spots we'll see some sun to start us off, but we're all going to be mild and humid to start. It's so sticky this morning, kind of similar to yesterday. You don't need the hoodie, you don't need a sweatshirt. We're already in the upper 60s this morning, and we do have areas of fog, other spots seeing some breaks in the clouds. At 9 o'clock it's 71. Grab that cup of coffee, wake yourself up. At 10 o'clock it's 72 degrees, and today's a mild day. It's not as warm as yesterday because we don't get as much of sunshine, but we keep the humidity, not just today, not just tomorrow, not just Friday, but even now Saturday and Sunday stay very sticky and unsettled at times. We've got a cold front coming through, then we've got a warm front, then another cold front, then a storm to the south we're keeping an eye on. So we have a lot of clouds over the next several days and some chances for showers. Today, not a lot of chance for rain. I think we see a couple of showers around. It's sticky, it's rather cloudy, some breaks of sun and 84. But then late tonight in the overnight hours, it gets more enhanced and we get a few thunderstorms. Any storm tomorrow could be a little gusty. So we'll break that down, and that 7-day forecast coming up in just a minute. Trying to clear these skies, guys.
All right, Karen.
Good morning, everybody. Let's talk about what you need to know as you're getting ready for this day. We've got a dense fog advisory just posted 1 minute ago from the National Weather Service here for the area. We've been talking about the fog this morning in some spots, reducing visibility to a quarter of a mile or less. At this point, the worst of it is north of the city, but be mindful of that as you're heading out. It's really humid. It's warm. Right now, it's mild. It's a warm afternoon. Not quite as warm as yesterday because not as much sun and a few spotty showers around. Not a lot of activity. I think it gets more active at night. Satellite and radar showing a couple of sprinkles not far from the Lehigh Valley. Otherwise, in the city and South Jersey, you're seeing some breaks of sun. But overall, the clouds kind of rule today. We've got a front that tries to come through, but just kind of stalls through our area, so gets unsettled. Well, the spotty shower around at lunchtime, maybe a shower in the Lehigh Valley, could be one or two in the afternoon here. This is a look at 1:30 in the afternoon, not much. And even through the evening, it looks like most of the game looks pretty dry tonight for the Phils, but we can see at 8 o'clock, we've got some showers nearby here or there, and it does get a little more active late at night and into the overnight hours. By midnight or so, you could be hearing some rumbles of thunder, maybe waking you up, get the dogs a little crazy later tonight. I hate those kind of days. It could be that happening tonight. So over the next 12 hours, not a lot of rain, some peaks of sun here or there, but a lot of clouds. You're starting it off foggy and mild. At 7, it's already 68. At 11, it's 74. By 3 o'clock, we're at 82 with rather cloudy skies. At 7 o'clock, you got about a 20% chance of a shower coming through, and it's 76 degrees. So for the game, it's muggy, it's mild, 76 at 6:45. By the 9th inning, it's 73, clouds and maybe a shower around. We'll see about that. And in the overnight hours, you've got the chance for a few storms. And then tonight and into tomorrow, that's when it turns pretty active. It's not going to rain all day, but we do now have an isolated risk for severe weather. So the Storm Prediction Center is saying you could get not just a downpour, but maybe a storm that's a little gusty Thursday. So something to keep an eye on. Also keeping a close eye on the tropics. We've got Hurricane Gabrielle, Category 3, but also two entities that have a really good shot, 90%, 80% chance of tropical development within the next 7 days. If they impact the East Coast, and you can kind of see the trajectory chance here of it being near the East Coast at least, that would be next week. For us, probably early next week, we could be impacted with something offshore or near the region. Here's your exclusive AccuWeather 7-day clouds, humid, a shower around an 84. A little more active late tonight with a thunderstorm. Tomorrow, a tropical feel, a downpour, and 79 degrees. 83 on Friday. It does turn brighter. Friday afternoon looks like a nicer day. Try to enjoy it because the clouds do roll in Saturday. We got some sunshine though, an 81. On Sunday, clouds and a shower chance. We're watching a low pressure to our south that may spread a few showers. We'll see. 80 degrees. On Monday, remaining above normal and 80. Tuesday, more seasonable and 76 degrees. Typically at that point, the high would be about 74. So even 76, a little above average. But we'll see early next week if we're impacted by any tropical systems nearby, Aliana. All right.
Yeah, they should be up by now.
They did a great job. They're marriage
Well, that's kind of you to
right?
say.
Very true.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Thank
good.
you.
Good morning, everybody. Let's wake up right now. Whatever you're celebrating on this hump day, maybe it's just hump day you're celebrating. That's okay, too. We have a dense fog advisory until 9 o'clock this morning, just posted from the National Weather Service for the I-95 corridor mostly, and north and west of the city. That's where it has been most dense. Let's look at these numbers right now. 7-mile visibility at Philadelphia International. Not a big deal there. Some patchy fog near Millville. You're down to 3. You can see even in Delaware, you're in and out of some light fog, but it is more dense north and west. So in Trenton, it's only a quarter of a mile. Pottstown, a quarter of a mile. Lancaster, a quarter of a mile. You see the bullseye here in parts of Chester County, too. We do have near zero visibility in Coatesville. That's always a rough spot for fog. Reading, Allentown, about a quarter of a mile. Yet I look elsewhere over the Commodore Barry Bridge in Chester, and I'm seeing some sunshine here. So not everybody's got a bad start to the day, but we've got that temperature in the city and the dew point nearly matching, and that's why you've got the fog. The winds are calm. All of that is a recipe for fog through the region, and that dew point is 68. That just means it's horribly sticky. Satellite and radar showing some showers nearby. We're keeping a close eye on that. It's not terribly wet today, but it's clouds with a shower. This is a look at 1:30, maybe a shower. If you're heading to the Phillies game at 8, we see a couple of showers nearby. We'll see if there's one in South Philly. It does get a better chance later tonight and into the overnight hours for even a thunderstorm around. So a foggy start at 8 while others are seeing some sun and 69. At lunchtime, cloudy, 76. Some breaks in the clouds here or there. Some sunshine at 4 o'clock, 82. Really humid. A few showers at 8 and 75. Matt, I'm seeing a little bit of the fog we've been talking about right there.
Definitely spotty, as you were saying. Some spots it's a lot
like it's summer weather, even though we're here in autumn here. But I'm not ready to see those snow shots just yet. Let's talk about our rain chances. Today's mostly cloudy. We've got some spots already starting with some breaks of sun here and there. A spotty shower during the day. It's really humid. A better chance late evening and late into the night for a few showers or even a thunderstorm. Thursday, rounds of downpours for tomorrow. We could have a gusty thunderstorm and tropical humidity, just kind of allowing those downpours to really come down. So we'll be watching that closely. Today, no severe weather risk as far as thunderstorms, but we look at tomorrow in the Storm Prediction Center, places our entire region in an isolated risk. It's marginal that we could see a thunderstorm that's strong enough to produce any damaging winds, but it's something we'll keep an eye on. Certainly we're going to see some downpours around. The front that's going to cause that is still out to the west. As it comes through the area today, it just kind of stalls. So it gets unsettled today and even more so tomorrow as a wave of low pressure rides around it. As you're heading out right now, we're dry through the region, but we've got some fog and a dense fog advisory till 9 o'clock. Near zero visibility in Coatesville, just a quarter of a mile in Lancaster, Reading, half a mile now in Pottstown and Doylestown, quarter of a mile in Trenton. Not as bad at Philadelphia International. It's 7-mile visibility, and areas to the south looking a little better with the fog this morning. But be careful as you're heading out. We do have a lot of clouds through much of the area, and some spots you're seeing some sun where you don't have that fog. At 7 o'clock, it's 68. It's mild all night long. We were near 70 degrees. Really humid today. At 11 o'clock, it's 74. At 3 o'clock, you're sitting at 82, above average, not quite as warm as yesterday, but clouds with some peaks of sun. And then we watch the precipitation. So through the afternoon, future tracker showing maybe at lunchtime you have a spotty shower or two. Probably a better chance at 6:30. We'll see some showers around just before the game starts. Whether or not it's in South Philly, we'll see. But it's more active later tonight. Here's a look at midnight. where you have not only some downpours here, but even a couple of rumbles of thunder. So as you're heading to the game this evening, I know you had to deal with a rain delay yesterday. At 4 o'clock, maybe you even have some breaks in the clouds, but at 6 o'clock, you do have about a 20% chance of a shower coming down. Temperatures in the upper 70s. And at 9 o'clock, maybe you see a better chance of those showers as you're even coming home. At 10 o'clock, probably a 30% chance. Keeping an eye on the tropics because we not only have a Hurricane Gabrielle, a Category 3 pushing out to sea, but now 2 entities that have got a good shot of tropical development, a 90%, 80% chance. We'll see if that could impact the coastline. If we did see any impacts, it would be next week. Here's your exclusive AccuWeather 7-day. A lot of clouds, some breaks of sun. It's sticky and mild, 84 for your high today. Probably the most active time is late tonight, and especially north of the city. Could get a thunderstorm around as well. Now tomorrow you have that tropical feel, some downpours, 79 for your high. Not raining constantly, but some downpours and even a gusty thunderstorm. After some morning fog Friday, it does turn bright. The afternoon's looking better, 83 for your high. Still holding at 81 on Saturday. Clouds, some sunshine, not looking bad at this point for the Phils then. Sunday clouds, you do have a shower chance, especially south of the city. We'll see about an area of low pressure to our south. And then Monday and Tuesday, 80 and 76. Monday remaining above normal, Tuesday 76, and we'll be keeping an eye on the tropics at that point, guys. So are you sick of the humidity? What do you think?
I can take whatever you got,
Oh,
Karen.
good. All right.